Hi, Dr. T here from Human to Now Clinic. I am your health and wellness coach. Today I just wanted to have a little conversation in regards to positive thinking. Or on the other side, opposite to it would be negative thinking. So what does that really mean, and how does it impact us from energetic point, life outcome, relationships, our point of view in the world? So with that said, essentially positive thinking is kind of like more optimistic, whereas negative thoughts more like pessimist. Positive thinking or optimism, essentially seeing whatever that is, life scenarios, from a possibility point of view. For example, yes, I'm able to do it. Why not? I'll give it a try. Though something may not be happening right now, I'm pretty sure it will work out eventually. Whereas pessimistic is, kind of everything is less likely to happen, unlikely, it's negative, I'm unlucky, even if I do it, it's not gonna work out this way or the other, I don't have this, the other, so essentially these two opposite thought processes. So how do they impact us? Sometimes we may not even be aware, but it's really our self-talk. So the conversation that goes on within our head that tends to kind of drive, what will be the outcome. So I believe it's like thought comes first, drives action, action then leads to the outcome. So it's really important to really address what kind of conversations are we having in our head. So for me, I have been actively, as far as I know, since 2006, trying to change my mindset in a positive way. And I have come a long way. I still have a ways to go. But as a side note, we actually don't really kind of do this leap of kind of growth or change unless something triggers us. For me, it was that my work environment was not positive and healthy, as well as my career path was not kind of going in the direction that I wish for it to go. So that triggered me to stop, pause, and think and reflect, and kind of do this self-growth process that I've been going through. Despite that, recently I found myself being negative toward myself, and it goes like, somebody asked me like, are you investing in X, Y, and Z? And I was just like, no, you know that I have this, that going on, and I'm not in that financial space, and I was just kind of being really negative. The truth of the matter that I wouldn't have said, for example, a friend or anybody is like, girl, you're not able to do that, you have this, that, the other going on. You're not in that space at this point. I wouldn't say that. So I guess all these years of kind of self-growth and learning, and kind of shortly after saying that, it just brought it to my awareness. I was like, that was negative of me. Like, nobody even asked for explanation or all these negativity, and I was just saying this. So with that said, that again, these thoughts, though they may think, you may think it's just something fleeting, and that we all have them. All these thoughts, they come and go, but sometimes they can be so prevalent and pervasive to the point of like self-destruction, interruption, or really have a negative outcome, even into like a negative physical manifestation. So we'll be continuing this conversation on the next video, where we see what are some of positive thought can do, not only mentally but also physically. And with that said, that positive thought or thinking is actually one of the elements of the pillars of health and wellness. So with that said, there are 3 strategies that I want you to consider when you find yourself ruminating in these thought processes. Because sometimes it's not just speaking, it's those thoughts that kind of silently that are happening over and over and over, that really at a subconscious level then occurring in real your life that you're not even aware why your mood changed, why you change your mind about this decision and all of these things. And all this could be fed from the environment. Maybe somebody says something negative. Maybe you try it, honestly from a positive point and didn't work out. And now you're using that negative, outcome as the decision making for moving forward. So with that said, think about these 3 strategies, quick strategies to help you to switch it from negative to positive, right? So first, bring awareness, kind of like what I did. I at least had an awareness that, oh, interesting, I'm being negative toward myself. Why is that, right? So then, once you bring that awareness, then secondly, you want to consciously develop strategies on, kind of thought interruption, right? So when we're having these ruminating thoughts, maybe, for example, come up consciously. When I have these thoughts, I'll just look at my watch and say it's time to change. Or it can be like, think about, visualize something. For example, I'm looking at butterflies, so they can kind of trigger any happy emotion, right? So when you start thinking that way, you can just quickly try to visualize butterflies in a beautiful field of flowers kind of meandering from one flower to the other. And that, even if you did that for a few seconds, that's going to interrupt that negative thought process. So whatever that, you want to do, you can journal, whatever that can interrupt, do that. So after that though, you want to reframe that negative thought into positive thought. So how can you reframe it, right? So for example, in my case, I could have easily said to myself or whatever, I could say, actually, no, I'm not investing in that currently, but probably I can look into it in the near future, right? So, or something you're not accomplishing. Instead of saying like, I'm just a failure, you can say, well, if I keep going, if I keep trying, perhaps the outcome can be different. Or you can say, what if I can have a different outcome? I know it seems this way, the reality seems like this, which is not favorable. What if it was a different scenario? Or you can ask yourself like, well, okay, so yes, X, Y, and Z is not happening. But what are some of the things that could change, or I can change, or I can look into that can bring about a whole different scenario? But also you can simply just reverse that statement. For example, I'm a failure. You can say, no, I am a winner. You can say, I cannot do this. Yes, I can. Whatever that is, like, I don't have the money. I will have the money. Or I don't have the resource. I'll find a way to get the resource. So you can just simply change that. And writing, the more sensory engagement, the more likely, the faster that the change can happen. So meaning if you can say it repeatedly, if you can visualize it, if you can write it, if you can, kind of just dream it, if you will. Whatever, the more, if you can touch it, if you can try it, right? So that's another, try it. So the more and more you do it, the more and more it becomes real. And also, as you just quickly do these 3 strategies, even though you may not get the answers immediately to your question, you may not see results immediately, or it may take time. But inevitably what happens is that that little seed that is being planted in your head, in your subconscious mind, now your mind starts to scan for possibilities, which is then that optimism starts happening, therefore leading to positivity, then positive thoughts leading to action, to the outcome. So with that said, I really hope you give these 3 strategies a try. Next time you find yourself in that thought process, then just stop, apply these 3 strategies, and see what happens. Pay attention. We also apply some things, we think about it, research it, and do it, but we don't pay attention enough for this shift, right? Sometimes we give in so fast before the result happens because we're not paying attention to the small incremental shift that occurs. A lot of things in life are that. They don't flip the next day, right? But you may see something that gives you a clue, okay, there will be a result, maybe not just now. Keep with the process. So keep applying these 3 strategies, and I am pretty sure they will bring some type of positive response inevitably. So thank you so much for choosing Human Tune-Up Clinic to be a part of your health and wellness journey. We hope we are serving you well as we bring about these contents, hopefully that are educational, inspiring, and maybe fun in some ways or the other. So please comment. I would love to know what was the last negative thought that you had that you caught yourself or just kind of kept ruminating and couldn't break it off. Share your thoughts. What are some of the things that you do that actually helps you to overcome those negative thoughts or switch them to positive thoughts? As well as if you've learned somewhere or know something you want to share with the community that they can grow and learn from in regards to this topic or anything else for that matter. We are grateful for your partnership and bringing about knowledge and inspiration to the community and whoever chooses to consume this content. So again, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up or click that like button, as well as subscribe if you haven't, so we can continue to bring you this information, as well as hit that bell so that you can get notification when we are posting our next video. Again, we'll continue this conversation of positivity and positive thoughts in the next one. So thank you again, be well, and see you in the next video. Thank you.